The Infinix Hot 50 is hands down one of the best looking devices that I've reviewed this year, second to the Infinix Hot 50 Pro Plus 4G that I'll be posting a video about soon. This Hot 50 is a slim phone with some AI features, and it is also powered by the MediaTek Helio G100. The Infinix Hot 50 sits between the Hot 50i and Pro Plus 4G, and it can be a good option if you want good performance on a budget. If you want to see the content in the box, I have an unboxing video linked in the description of this video. You can check that out. I paid 240,000 naira to get the variant with 8 gigs RAM and 256 gig storage space. The RAM type is LPDDR4X and the storage type is UFS 2.2. The base model of this phone comes with 6 gigs RAM and 128 gigs of storage space, but I don't know the official price, but I know it's going to be cheaper, way cheaper than this one. If I find the price, I'll add it to the pinned comment of this video. The Tecno Spark 30 can be a good alternative, and if I have it, I'll definitely be posting a comparison video between this and the Tecno Spark 30. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on that video when I finally upload it. The phone has a slim profile with a matte texture that makes it comfortable to hold. The back and frame are made of plastic, but the finish kind of makes it hide stains. I have the titanium grey color option, but there are other color options available. I actually feel this is the best color option that you can get. It weighs less than 200 grams, and even though the display is quite large, I find it easy to use this phone with one hand because of how slim it is. The curved edges also allow it to rest well in my palms without any dent. There are 3 cameras at the back of this phone, and Infinix calls this camera arrangement the Wow Cube. I'm sure if a lot of you see this camera, you're going to think they copied the Samsung. It can be true. The flashlight is just beside the camera, and the phone has a side-mounted fingerprint scanner that is quite reliable for unlocking the phone. We have a single down-firing speaker on this phone, and it kind of sounds tinny. Even the Hot 50i that cost less than this one has 2 speakers. I don't know why Infinix decided to go with one speaker on this phone. It doesn't sound good compared to what you get with cheaper phones. You also get a headphone port, which can be a great addition for most people that still love the headphone port. The phone supports dual 4G SIM cards with a dedicated slot for memory expansion. The phone is splash and dust resistant, not completely waterproof. You need to know that. I love how sleek the phone feels in the hand, and I'm impressed with the build quality because there is no creak or any moving part on this phone. We have a 6.78-inch IPS LCD display with a 120Hz refresh rate and 1080p resolution on the display. In the settings, you can decide to select between 60, 90 and 120Hz, or even keep it at auto refresh rate so that it's going to switch depending on what is happening on the display. It also has an always on display feature, but it doesn't stay on for long to reserve battery. The moment you pick up the phone, however, the always on feature comes back on. Scrolling feels smooth because of the refresh rate, and you get good visuals while watching content or playing games on the display. It gets up to 800 nits of brightness outdoors, and the display is quite visible to see, especially when you max out the brightness when you are in a sunny environment. It is a flat display, and the bezels around it are quite noticeable. The water drop cutout doesn't interfere when you are using the display, and with the dynamic bar 2.0 you get some added functionality with the camera cutout. It doesn't support HDR content, but at this price I doubt if there is any device that supports that. You can also enjoy watching Netflix videos with this device. The display feels okay for the price, and the refresh rate is 120Hz all through, unlike that of the Hot 50i that goes down to 90Hz depending on what you are doing on the phone. It also works well even if there is water on the screen, you still have access to the display. Infinix gave us some AI features here. We have an improved version of the AI wallpaper generator with the addition of AI image wallpaper generation. You can use it to have fun creating wallpapers on the phone. You also have the AI eraser that you can use to remove objects or persons from an image, or AI cutouts that can be used to remove an image background and possibly turn it into a meme to remove the background of an image. That AI feature is going to come in handy. You also get AI text summarizer, or you can use it to generate text or query sentences to make sure they make sense. It is the best use case for me, and I use it to summarize web pages to get an idea of what it is and decide if it's worth reading or not. There is also AI voice capture that works with the camera app. You can say cheese, shoot or capture and it will snap you automatically. This can be helpful when taking selfies and your hands can't reach the capture button. Folax, the voice assistant, is also powered by ChatGPT and it has been improved to answer voice queries and understand context well. The phone is powered by the MediaTek Helio G100, which is a new chipset and a recent one. I played Call of Duty Mobile at medium graphics settings and high frame rates and it was quite smooth. There weren't any hiccups even after playing the game for a while. I'm sure the phone is going to handle Call of Duty Warzone, considering my variant here has up to 8 GB RAM. Performance is very okay, I can't complain for the price. Scrolling is smooth and apps open up quite quickly on this phone. I used this phone for 5 days and during that period, I didn't experience any slow performance from this phone. Infinix also claims the phone will perform smoothly even after 5 years thanks to the TUV certification. Now what that means is that they simulated 5 years of using this phone and it still held up quite well. I'll take that with a pinch of salt though, because how we use our phones differs between individuals. The phone is running on Android 14 and XOS 14 is the user interface. It's typical Infinix software with the pre-installed apps pushing notifications to the phone, and I really find that annoying. Palmpay and one Ayuba app keep just pushing notifications to this phone. You can remove some of the apps though if you want. You get floating windows and split screen with the apps that are compatible with that feature, and you can customize the phone as much as you want. You can see how I changed my icons to match the wallpaper on this phone. You can also increase RAM using memory fusion in the settings. There is smart panel that you can swipe from the side of the phone, and you can use that feature to have access to apps very quickly. For Android updates, I'm not sure if there is going to be an official Android update on this phone, but I'm hoping we can get at least 2 years of software update. But going by the history of Infinix, we know they are not used to sending software updates to phones like this. Hopefully we get a software update. For cameras, we have a 50 megapixel main camera at the back, and that is the camera you should really concern yourself about. There are 2 additional lenses at the back, but I'll say they are not really impressive. For selfies, we have an 8 megapixel selfie camera, and one thing I'll say about the camera is that I was impressed with the pictures I got with the 50MP lens. They are sharp, and even when you zoom in, you still get some level of details. Even at 2x with the 50MP, the detail is quite present and good. Super night mode looks good. That's a mode you can use in low light, and I was impressed with what I got. In a well-lit environment, the selfies are quite good, but there is a lot of software processing and over smoothing of your face, and it can be a hit or miss depending on where you shoot the picture. You can shoot 2K at 30 frames per second with the front and back cameras, and here are the videos. Let me know what you think about the camera in the comment section. We have a 5000 mAh battery on this phone, and I was impressed with how it lasted. I used it to play games for an hour and didn't lose more than 8% battery. It supports 33 watts charging and takes around an hour to charge from 0 to 100. There is also bypass charging that takes power directly to the phone system rather than keep it in the battery. This can be helpful when gaming on the device. The battery is impressive and it's one of the best features of the Infinix Hot 50. Overall, the Infinix Hot 50 is an impressive device and it has well-balanced features with a few compromises here and there. It can compete with other devices within its price category, and performance is one of the biggest strengths of this device. What else would you like to know about the Infinix Hot 50? Let me know in the comment section, and I'll see you in my next video.